What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to Dueling Aces for December 6, 2021. How in the blue hell is everybody? An emphasis on the blue hell, because hell froze over. And for some weird reason, as I hear something going through the door, I'm like, what the hell is that? The Lions not only with the first win, but more importantly, Michigan Blue Big 10 champs. Congrats. I know you both are very excited about that.
Knew it from the preseason.
Adam, it's Michigan's first crack going into the tournament. The first time any Big Ten school, it happened to be Ohio State, they pulled it off. Nobody gave them a rat's ass chance in hell. The committee clearly donked Michigan by putting Alabama up 3 spots into the first spot. How cheesed are you about that? Or are you just like, fine, we'll just start from here and kick your asses and take your trophy?
Well, two things. The thing is I understand somewhat the reasoning that they put Bama 1 because they don't want the rematch of Bama and Georgia, which I understand. But that doesn't mean you couldn't slide Michigan to 1 and put fucking Georgia down to 4 since they lost, and you still don't get the rematch right away to begin with. You still have the same matchups you have right now, just different seeding. But I'm also like, if you listen to the interview that I think it was Jenny Taft did with, as you notice, she interviews Harbaugh, and Harbaugh's gotten this thing now where he always grabs a player and does his 2-second interview, and it's like, here, talk to the guys, and then like disappears into the field anymore. He did it against Ohio State. He did it again at the Big Ten championship game. But if you listen to Hassan Haskins, Aiden Hutchinson, and Cade McNamara, even they said it doesn't matter where we're seated, just that we have a ticket to the show, and that's all that matters at this point. Is you know what, we're there, we made it, first time ever. Let's roll with it. Let's do what we got to do.
That's because in either scenario we were playing Georgia. So you know what? Fine. I don't care if we're 1, 2, 3, 4. I just give us our opponent. We made the dance. Let's go. Let's play your game.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what do you? I mean, I was going to say, by now you have had to either have watched the game or seen the highlights of exactly what happened with Georgia. Georgia looked like they were fine in keeping up, but then all of a sudden it was, oh, well, we can't do this or we can't do that going into the third quarter. And I wasn't buying it that Alabama was making adjustments. It looked like Georgia adjusted themselves out of the ordeal. It was way too soon.
You got to make sure the SEC gets 2 playoff teams.
And that's what I'm wondering, is they kind of threw it just because of that reason. They wanted to get 2 teams in.
And I agree with that 100%. I even said it before the game even started. I said, we will find out if the fix is in. And we found out the fix is in.
But, oh, God, I'm hoping to God Michigan and Cincinnati pull this shit out and it blows up in their face. So there's no SEC teams in the championship game.
That would be lovely.
It would be awesome. It would be absolutely awesome.
I finally found the tweet I was looking for. When I referenced it, knew it from the preseason. I'm referencing a tweet from Scott Bell talking about ESPN's the Power Index rankings coming into the season that gave Michigan a 2% chance of winning the Big Ten East, a 0.7% chance of winning the Big Ten, and a 0.0% chance of making the playoff.
Wow.
Knew it from the start.
Well,
Vegas? I was going to say, what was Vegas looking at on that? Somebody had to make some money off of this.
Somebody, I'm sure, did, and I can do a quick search to see.
Yeah, that had to, if it was 0-0, I mean, that somebody made some money. Somebody had to literally sit there and go, I'll throw a couple $100 down, and you know they made some money.
Well, the thing is too is I think I even shared it. I think I shared it on my Facebook, and which I know a lot of people are probably getting pissed because of all the shit I'm posting. But you know what? I'm gonna fucking enjoy the ride. Kiss my ass. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. But is that
No,
Michigan?
it's been that long. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If it was Ohio State, you know that Ohio State would be doing the same thing.
But
I mean, they did
Michigan,
after the certain stretch of time. They absolutely did.
but Michigan is the first team to be preseason unranked to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah. What's
You know what I
up,
mean?
Clint? We'll see you tomorrow.
But I mean, most of my Ohio State friends have been pretty supportive. As much as it probably they got to grit their teeth to say half the shit. But there's one guy that I put there. He was saying shit about the game this weekend about hoping that like something along the lines like the stadium blows up or something that they could both lose or they tie this and that. So me being the smart ass that I am, I found a meme that has Jim Harbaugh peeking up around the corner of the page and says, "Hey, who the Buckeyes playing this weekend?" Let me tell you, I must have hit a fucking nerve with him because I got called everything from little faggot to this and that. And I'm like, really? You guys have had 10 years of blowing up my timeline on Facebook. I took it like a champ. I got thick skin. It's been a fucking week, bro, and you can't even take a joke. Get the fuck out of here. The problem is Ohio State got so used to fucking winning, they don't know how to act when they lose.
And that's sad. I mean, me clearly, I'm an Ohio State fan. You take the losses just like you take the wins. You know, if you lose, you lose. I mean, suck it up, deal with it, and it's on to the next. What's next? It's like you've got a bowl game to turn around and win. That's what you've got next.
A tough one.
Win your bowl game. Represent the Big Ten. Make sure that the Big Ten doesn't get pushed out the window. And that's why especially with this advanced playoff thing, it's like, oh, well, we'll bring more SEC in, and the whole thing we've already talked about a little bit about college, the division, the conferences taking over and doing their own thing. The Big Ten needs to make sure that they stay relevant. So, like I said, am I mad about it? Hey, crap happens, but at least there is a Big Ten team in the top four.
Number 2 isn't anything to sneeze at.
No, I personally, like I said, I still think that Michigan should be sitting at 1. And fine, do it the hard way. Beat up both teams, make it, win it, and say, there you go. Now we're number 1. You didn't want to put us number 1? Well, now we're number 1. And they can finish it off with a big finger at the end for all I care.
And to take it on back, Michigan's odds to make the college football playoffs, they were a plus 2,000. So since apparently it was noteworthy enough that Yahoo Sports covered it, as one gentleman placed a $2,500 bet on Michigan to make the playoffs in August. He is bringing home $50,000. And of course, at the time, it was Frank Schwab from Yahoo Sports, made the comment, alternative headline, local man sets money on fire. Well, local man might have just paid off his house.
Yeah, I was going to say, the guy should go back, redo the article, and go, I'd like to make a rebuttal, please.
Yeah, they don't do that.
No, but it would be nice that he did a follow-up article and make him do the follow-up article. I really would. I would. That would be hilarious. That would be very entertaining. So, of course, Adam, I am going to go to your page because you did turn around and we have to show. We got to show the pictures, man. There's pictures. We must show pictures.
I'll tell you what, man. That stadium's a lot bigger than I anticipated, but it only holds 67,000 people.
How many?
67,000 something was the attendance record for the Big Ten championship, and it was only like 67,000. It was like, that's it.
Wow. I was gonna say that's small. We'll see if Shawn got to the laptop here just in time. Shabam! Bam!
The confetti falling.
Yeah, you got a friend there who could turn around and take the pictures, so your stuff didn't have to look backwards. Trying to selfie.
Hey,
You know,
he's an Iowa fan. I already felt bad for the dude for what happened with the score. Okay, I wasn't going to ask him any more favors. Like, he went to the game, he got to see his team play. Not very well, unfortunately for him, but I wasn't going to ask too much of him.
come on. Really? He doesn't want to play nice. Why? Why doesn't it want to play nice? It never wants to play nice. Absolute crap. Some freaking social network site just does not want to play nice. When you want to sit there and take pictures and everything else, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Really?
I was just happy I caught the Eric All touchdown in the corner live, when I on my phone. I thought that was pretty cool. I was pissed because I told Shawn, like, I was reading up on it. Haskins needed one more touchdown to break the season record for Michigan. And it was one of those plays, like, they're coming up to, like, I went to my pocket to grab my phone, and they did a fucking hurry-up offense to catch him off guard, and he dove over the end zone, and I didn't even get a chance to fucking record it, so I missed that one.
Bam. All else fails. Get the good browser to hit it up.
The only thing, like, Shawn and I noticed was that when they were doing that confetti like that, it wasn't blue and yellow. It was just the fucking Big Ten colors, like white, baby blue, and black.
Oh.
Yeah, everything was oriented around Big Ten, not necessarily Iowa and Michigan. Like, even like merchandise was like just generally just Big Ten stuff.
Oh, well, that sucks. Oh.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, they've got plenty of time to actually put stuff. You got a week. It's like you could have actually, set that up.
I mean, they did have, like, the Michigan helmet and the Iowa helmet on a shirt, but shit, by the time we got there, the things are already sold out.
This is pretty cool. You film this bad boy.
The fact that he caught it, too.
Yeah, talk about your filming and then this guy's got to stand up. Sit down.
Yeah.
Damn it.
He was that way all night.
Can't you see I'm filming here? That was pretty cool because guess what? I could replay that all I want because Adam filmed it. It wasn't on TV. So kiss my ass, ESPN.
I just wish the guy I knew they were going to do that, the pass to Edwards, and then Edwards was going to run up and fucking throw it too, because I would have loved to have had that, but they were going away from us, so they'd have got really small going the other direction.
Well, I know that, and especially because of where you guys were sitting at, but I know you couldn't get a real good zoom in, but is that Woodson?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. I was sitting there, I'm like, tell me that is Woodson, because I know that he was making the trip after with the Packers Hall of Fame induction thing, and it was like,
too.
So he had a very busy weekend going on, a very busy weekend.
Well, it was funny because he somehow commandeered one of the towels that they got after winning the championship, and he was like making sure he was showing it off, and he lays it up on the Fox Sports desk. And he's like smoothing it out, making sure everybody can see it, and it's all nice and clean and ironed out. Like he was proud.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. But it was funny because I don't know who the guy was from Iowa, because obviously we couldn't watch the Fox Sports thing, but him and there was a guy that had an Iowa flag, and they were over there actually like fighting with the flags, like hitting each other and shit.
Yeah, like I said, for where you were, it's not too bad for getting some.
No, and it was nice too because, like I said, there's 6 sections to the stadium, like 6 levels. We were in the 400 level and only had to take one escalator ride up, and we were already in the 400 section. So it wasn't really that bad.
No, that's pretty good.
You got the Heisman Trophy candidate there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, I saw that Shroud is, a finalist as well.
Young's gonna win it, but
I was gonna say,
It was Young, Shroud, Hutchinson, and Pickett, right?
yeah, Pickett. Which I know a lot of people are pissed because Kenneth Walker didn't make it, Matt Corral didn't make it.
I would have liked to have seen Walker in there. I mean, he sure as hell looked it when he played us.
Yeah, but he hasn't did shit since then, though.
right. So Shawn keeps bouncing in and out. The road trip, when you guys were down there, I'm going to try to get to your I want to get to your earlier section here. Once you guys, I was going to say, what time did you leave here, Ohio? What time did you guys leave?
About 10:30, 11.
Oh, so you left later on in the morning. You didn't leave early.
No, I had to wait because the daughter off at my mom's.
Yeah, that building, it's kind of funny because the stadium looks just like just a big warehouse,
Well, the bad thing is like me and Shawn talked about it. Where we were standing, to your right, as you can see from the stadium, to the right is downtown Indy. Downtown Indy looks so small compared to like downtown Cleveland, and then the stadium itself.
I'm almost positive Indy is about the same size as downtown Columbus because it did not seem that big at all.
Yeah.
And then you have that massive building, and when we got in and sat down, like I even told Adam, I'm like, dude, this place is massive, but as far as the stadium end of it's concerned, like I think Cleveland's probably a lot bigger.
So did they basically? I mean, was like the pro shops open? Were they able to? Were they just
that one that was outside? You just showed the picture of. That was the only place you could get to the Colts team shop. Everything else you had to wait until you got in. It was literally like we walked down. They had a fan fest inside the convention center, and you had to scan a QPC thing and fill out some info before you could even go in. So we said, screw it. We didn't feel like the line was so damn long. We figured it would take about an hour to get through it, and they were going to this was about 4:30, and then we knew they were going to open the doors to the stadium at 6:15. So it was kind of like, we didn't want to cut it close, So we walked across the street to the one they had outside. Like they had the whole thing, like how the Indians do the rally alley. It's outside. They had heaters out there.
Right.
Walk over to the one Big Ten trailer they had there selling shit. All they basically were giving you was the clear plastic bag that had the Big Ten on it for free because they were sold out of everything.
So you had to get there earlier on in the day.
Right.
Now this is cool.
That was awesome.
This is pretty cool. I did not know this was there. That is very cool.
The only thing that sucks too is I didn't get a picture of it, and Shawn will back me up. Is when we went inside, finally got inside, and we got to go to the indoor one of the trailers. They actually have a giant horseshoe, like the Colts logo, but it's big enough to where you can sit on the inside of it or stand on the outside of it as you're waiting for like your group or whatever. It was pretty fucking cool.
Oh, that's nice.
It was one of those ones like it was so big, like a picture wouldn't do it justice because you wouldn't know what you were looking at.
You got some really cool.
That was the other thing too. Once you got in the stadium, there was a Big Ten merch stand on the south end of the stadium and a Big Ten merch stand on the north side. Those were the only two options you had. And they had, as far as like shirts went, they had like a Eastern Division, Western Division championship shirt, and then they had a Big Ten championship that had all the school logos on it. Like I think the hat that Adam's got's got all the logos on the backside of it.
This one only has just the Michigan logo on it. Because that's when I bought it. The girl was like, because the girl double checked. She goes, "All right, well, you're a Michigan fan." I'm like, "What does that matter?" She goes, "Oh, because we have Iowa and Michigan ones. There was one that had an Iowa logo, but they were already sold out."
That would have sucked. It goes in by. It's like wrong one. Darn it.
But no, there was one that was all black, and it had the Big Ten logo on it. And then when you flipped it over, they had every single team in the divisions or in the league all around it. It was just, but it looked so fucking gaudy. It was just like, oh god, no, I'll pass on that one.
I was gonna say, you and I are very particular about our hats to begin with. So
right.
I would definitely entrust it.
That flat brim, which I tried to bend it and shit. It was. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be one of them kind of flat brim hats. I'll just wear it for the night, and it's just gonna go in the fucking cabinet with the football helmet. Because I got the hat and then a mini football that it's white on one side and then the actual pigskin on the bottom, and it has the date, the logo, the state or of the Big Ten logo, championship, and then it has Michigan and Iowa and the date of the game.
Now, when the game was over, of course, didn't they have any of the?
No, they said they had a memo come up on the big screen that said there will be some available for purchase after the game. We didn't see shit anywhere in the stadium as we were walking out.
Because that's always one thing that, it's like, all right, they've got them for the players, and all of a sudden you're like,
well, I went on Fanatics and tried to. It seemed like they didn't have very much to choose from to begin with because I wanted one of those towels that the team got and that Woodson had, and they had the Big Ten championship trophy and then like the Michigan logo or something. It was like blue, half yellow. I can't find that damn thing anywhere. I've looked on Fanatics. I've Googled it. Nothing comes up.
That's disappointing.
A little bit. And believe me, it doesn't suck to be it sucks being a fat guy because the biggest shirt I've seen was a 3X. I did find a 5X on Fanatics, but it was like $40. I'm like, I'll just wait and then see how far we go in the playoffs because if maybe there's that slight chance that we might pull it out, I'll go hog wild on all the national championship shit.
Right, I was going to say because, and technically Zolt would be able to check it out. The Dicks and Dunhams always have. They're the first ones who got all the stuff when Ohio State won it. So,
Adam, you said you're looking for towel. Maize is on the left, blue on the right. You got the trophy on the left.
Yeah.
Says 2021 Big Ten football champions. Go to mden.com.
MDen's got them then?
But of course, that's exactly where you would go for all your Michigan needs.
Well, the thing is, I figured that, Fanatics usually, like when Tampa Bay won the championship, the night they won, I was on Fanatics and fucking loading up on different shit because that's kind of my thing now. As dumb as it may sound, but I have the Tampa Bay towel that they got the night they won. It's the exact same one that they got, and I have it where I have my shelf for my helmet that has the cabinet, and I have it sitting where I put the towel down and we put the thing on top so it drapes over the bottom two doors that open up. So it's kind of just hanging there. You can see that it says champions. But if I get that Michigan one, that Tampa Bay one, see ya.
Yeah, they have a section just for Big Ten championship stuff.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I was saying.
So my thing is I know, like, George, you brought it up. I kind of want to piggyback off what you said earlier, then we can move on to whatever you guys want to talk about. I think I said it before. There's just something about this Michigan team that reminds me a lot of the 2000 Buckeyes that played the Hurricanes. They get a little bit of recognition for what they've done, but they're not given a snowball's chance in hell to do anything when it comes to the SEC teams and this and that. But something about this team, the way their mentality is, their toughness, they never flinch. They never freak out when they get – they're the only team, if I'm not mistaken, that has not trailed by double digits all year.
And I think that's accurate.
And the thing is like – and Georgia's just the same kind of team as us, because really it's going to boil down to which quarterback's going to have the better game, McNamara or that Stanton Barrett or Bennett, whatever the hell his name is, because he had a bad game to the point they're talking about benching his ass already. Hopefully they don't, but we'll see. But there's just something about this team. Like every time you think that they're not going to win, they surprise you. So I'm going to keep that mentality. Like, we probably won't beat Georgia. Maybe we will.
No, it's and Shawn, the perspective of, well, hey, Iowa, wasn't even given the snowball's chance of beating Wisconsin. Everybody figured it'd be Michigan and Wisconsin going into this game.
Yeah.
How surprised were you that, even Iowa was in this?
I mean, yeah, I figured like Wisconsin or somebody like that would be in it, but just because haven't had the most successful years, I guess. But it was fun to watch it.
No, don't let Shawn
me and the 5 fans in front of me that were from Iowa, and then 10,000 Michigan fans around us.
Don't let
the girl in front of me is like talking to me about the coach, like I know everything about Iowa, and I was like, I'm a fan. I watch it on TV, but I couldn't tell you what the coach eats for dinner. Like,
dude, she's bringing up all this shit online about, did you hear this? Did you hear that? And Sean's looking at her, looking at me like, what the fuck is up with this chick? Like, she looked completely lost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think he's going to. No, you're good.
Then the best was when we were walking out. What was it? Somebody was asking as we were leaving the game about, fucking defensive coordinator sucks. What's his name again? And he looked at you and you're like, oh.
I was like, I just watch him play.
That's awesome.
Hey, God bless the Ohio State fans that were there, though. Yeah, they ate shit from both sides.
I was going to say, because that's definitely that was going to happen, because that they were just automatically anticipating that, and they were probably the ones who had their hotel room for 2 weeks already too.
Oh yeah, most of the people there said like most of the Ohio State fans there, when people were like, well, what the fuck are you doing here? They're like, listen, this ticket's already been paid for some time. Like, it's like, I've been coming here since Ohio State's been in the conference championship, so I'm here.
Yeah, speaking of, I'm thinking about, I don't care if we may or may not make it next year. I'm going to buy my tickets early for the Big Ten championship game, and then that way I can turn around and flip it. Because I swear to God, I will never do this where you drive in, watch the game, then drive the fuck home. Hell no, I will not do that again. 6 o'clock in the morning when you get home is not fucking fun, let me tell you.
Well, and to piggyback through everything that actually even occurred yesterday, with Adam getting home at 6, I knew that pretty much, that's why I knew we were going to have Gail for Perfect 10 last night, and Clint being on vacation. So, I knew pretty much what to expect. And then when Gail wasn't feeling up and, feeling too hot, it was just like, well, gotta ride this baby solo. It's going to be a little tricky. And when you even said, I got in at 6 and woke back up at 9, and I'm going, no, just sleep and don't worry about it.
Yeah,
because I knew today was even going to be worse for you.
And the weird thing was, I was just getting into that good deep sleep where it was like, champagne dreams and confetti wishes kind of things, and reminiscent of the championship game, and then I get to, Daddy, what? And I was up. And the thing is that she's smart. Don't let her fool you. She's smart about it, because she's sitting right over here in the chair next to me. She waits till Gail leaves the room, because Gail will tell her, leave Daddy alone, let him sleep. She waits till Gail leaves, and then as soon as Gail leaves is when she comes over and she'll try to cover me up if I'm not covered up. She'll try to give me a little kiss on the cheek. But as she's doing it, she's face planting, so that's what wakes me up. It's sweet, it is, but it's like, not now, kids, all right? It's been a rough night, because Sean will back me up. For whatever reason, the GPS, we were taking, 70 to 70, basically straight across 70 and then come up 71, more or less. Some odd fucking reason, I looked at my GPS because I think Sean was starting to do the old head nod, and I'm like, well, I guess I won't be asking him to drive because he's pretty much out of it. But I looked and it said 54 miles was our next turn off or whatever to the next spot.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, she's like, in 2 miles, take this exit. I'm like, I know there ain't no fucking way that bitch went 52-some miles that quick. So I get off the exit. Tell me why this bitch has got us in the hills have eyes, fucking, you know, back roads. Fucking, at one point, she's like, turn right on Elm Street. I'm like, oh, great.
No. Yeah. It's a hard no.
And Elm Street was not exactly in the most pleasant area either because, yeah, like, I'm sure relatives each lived in a house and did things to dead people.
Yeah.
And then
literally on the way down
on freeway, stay on the freeway. Do not get off.
Right.
Well, that's what screwed us up because it was 71 to 270, 270 to 70, and then it was a straight shot into Indy. And then all of a sudden, this broad's like, here, get off this exit and then take every side road for the next 3 hours.
Oh, and it didn't help, too, that we damn near wrecked the truck, too, because I'm doing 75, and a fucking coyote decides to come running out, just comes casually strolling out in the road like he's going for a walk across, like, you know. It's like, Jesus.
He didn't see that bright Michigan plate on the front.
You're not, but luckily he got the fuck out.
He would have been tattooed with it, I'm sure.
He would have had an imprint. But it's funny because I started freaking out because I told Shawn, I'm like, I'm at that point where I'm at like 90-some miles till empty. And then we're going down these backcountry roads, and I'm like, there ain't a fucking gas station in sight. I go, this is not the time I want this fucking gas light to come on the truck right now. So luckily for us, we got to about, I know it comes on at about 50 is when the gas light will kick on. I got down to 62, and we happened to be coming through P-Core or whatever the fuck it's called, and there was a speedway. As soon as I started seeing the lights in the distance, I'm like, there's got to be a fucking gas station here, because if there's not, I'm fucking going to be so mad right now. Sure enough, there was a speedway. We walked in and got our gas, and then I knew we were good.
Yeah, I was going to say that usually, you know, Zolt and I know when you're making these long road trips, it's when you look at the map and you want to look at it on the computer first, so you know that stupid GPS crapola in mine, it's an Australian chick, which you want to slap half the time, you know, eh? And then,
right.
No, I'm still on the freeways, kiss my ass, I'm going this way.
Well,
and then it's, readjusting. Oh, yes, you're still good. It's like, yeah, always make sure you're checking out the big map.
Yeah, well, he literally had us switch from going up 71 to taking the fucking Route 18 up to the turnpike, basically, more or less. So where Shawn lives, we could get off and come up the back way, the original way, the way we left. If we went back that way, we would have piggybacked this. Would have been a straight shot, drop him off, and go home. Now this way, we're on the other end of town, and I have to go across back this way to drop him off before I get home. So yeah, but all in all, it was a great experience. I would do it again, but I will get a fucking hotel, or I will go crash in the rest area in the truck for all I care the next time.
Yeah, we've learned that with a couple of Bryce's bowling tournaments. We're getting the hotel room for the night before because
the people that we
4:35 a.m. wake up call, and then to drag him and have him like energetic enough to actually bowl, it just doesn't work too well. So yeah, we've learned our lesson. Is like the hotel room it's gonna happen.
The couple that sat next to us was actually from Medina because he knew the guy that was selling the tickets. They got a La Quinta in suite, $250 for the night. That shows you how prices are when this game coming to town.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I even asked him, I said, what do you think it would be if it wasn't the championship night? He goes, oh, probably like $59.99.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
All right.
Oh, well, wait a minute. It's still a weekend rate. All right, $79.99.
Yeah, either or, but still. Mm-hmm. But it was a good time.
I was gonna say anything unique that you happen to actually come across on the road trip. Anything unique that really stuck out?
Other than the drunk people trying to the drunk guy that was lost on the way home or walking back to the.
He is. Him and his wife, like he is verbally abusing his wife over the phone, and you could hear her on the other end verbally abusing him. and counted, he almost got hit 3 times because he kept staring off the sidewalk into the street and then would come back in. And at that point, everybody just kind of walked away from him.
It was classic because when we first got behind him, he just like, you could see he was like looking to see where the hell he was. And he's like on his phone and he like had it in his hand. Didn't have it up to his ear. He just had it in his hand and the speaker wasn't on. Then all of a sudden he goes, "Why the fuck did you leave me?" And like then you hear his wife yelling back. He's like, "I don't even know where the fuck I am right now." And I'm like, "Oh, this isn't good." And I was like, Shawn said, I see him doing that weeble wobble. I'm like, I am getting the fuck out of here. I am not trying to deal with this guy or carry his ass. He's on his own. I know I do feel bad for one person. I didn't see it, but one of the guys in our row said that apparently there was somebody in the handicap stall that was apparently a little too drunk and couldn't hold their alcohol and was blowing up the bowl. This is like not even the second quarter. I don't think we had a good experience.
Ouch.
There really wasn't nothing unique. I mean, the homeless people out there, I give them credit. I gave the one dude $3. He's like, it's for what, vodka, why lie, or something like that was on his sign. I'm like, he's fucking honest. Here, go get me a couple of bits.
So I said, I don't even think he was homeless, but he just had a sign up that said "Lie for vodka."
Hey,
and that was but the homeless people there, man, they know how to get you. They all have fucking dogs, and they make the dogs look so pitiful. So they know if you feel bad for the dogs that you'll give in to them. Oh. I'm like, that's well played. Well played.
Interesting. That's
I'm trying to think. There really wasn't really. I know it was funny that it was ironic that the one, because I had a Hardee's gift card when we went to Tennessee that I still had money left on, and we happened to pass one. We went to one for lunch. On the way down, we stopped. It's kind of ironic that St. Ed's was in the Division I championship game. There was a banner inside the Hardee's that said for the whatever the South, whatever it was that they played in that game that they beat. That was the city we were in, was for that team.
All right.
Because there was a banner that said, you know, congratulations on making the state championship Division I. And I looked at the name and it was like Southside or South something. And I'm like, holy shit, that's the team who just lost the Eds the other night. So that was a little interesting that we, of all places, that we happened to be there. And I thought for sure, I'm not going to lie, because I have 2 Michigan magnets, one that's a football helmet and then one that's the Block M. Put them on the truck. Well, the route we took went through Columbus. Thought for sure we were going to get shot at or something, but we didn't.
At the very least, pulled over.
That too. But right. You know, it was, okay. The one unique thing, the one cool thing that actually happened was, I don't know how many people would roll up beside me, and I'm thinking like I'm going to get the finger or this, and it was beep beep, wave, thumbs up, fist bumps. Like, there was a lot of Michigan fans along the route that were fucking giving us kudos and shit. And I'm like, they're all on my side, of course. And I felt bad for Shawn because I'm like, I'm waiting for somebody to roll up beside him. And I go, well, if they do, all you got to do is just show off your Iowa shirt and see what they say then.
All right. Well, it sounds like you guys had a fantastic time. Like I said, you posted a lot of pictures.
Well, believe me, the first half was a little sketchy. I mean, only being up 14-3, I thought this might be a lot closer than I expected, and then somehow they turned it on in the second half.
Which, see, I have a general rule with like big championship games like that, where you could tell who the winner's going to be, because like the Cleveland Gladiators in the Arena Bowl with. Introducing the players, part of pyro landed on the blow-up helmet, and the helmet started to deflate. They then got their asses handed to them by Arizona. When Iowa came out, only one pyro flamethrower worked. When Michigan came out, they both worked. I was like, we're fucked. We're going to lose.
I didn't even catch that.
Well, somebody was paying attention.
there is actually one. This one actually is kind of it is unique, but it's also kind of makes you think that there is the higher power because you saw Michigan was wearing those patches for the game
Right.
for the kids.
Yep.
For the kid, the football player, and what was the football player's number?
42.
What did Michigan score?
42.
Okay, now mind you, below his number there was 4 hearts.
Yep.
You take away the football player's heart, how many did Iowa score?
Right. Yeah, somebody else popped that up on one of the memes too.
And that's what, I mean, like I got goosebumps even bringing that up right now, like thinking about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know it was, and you know even Detroit had something on Sunday as well.
And speaking of which, have you guys heard? I don't know how if you guys have that Ford Field actually had officials at the game Saturday because Detroit's trying to push to get the Big Ten championship moved to there for a couple years or two at Ford Field.
I did not catch any of that, but that's interesting.
I mean, we need some kind of championship football there.
Other than Mac?
Well,
to be fair,
that's the bowl game. Yeah.
Well, my thing is I told Shawn, I said, if that's the case, I'd rather go to fucking Detroit. That's a lot shorter of a drive than it is to Indy.
Yeah. Big time.
You know?
Plus, I know all the good parking spots.
Right. So keep that in the back of your mind because that may happen. I don't know. I mean, there was officials there. They may be trying to make a bid to push for them to get it in the next couple of years, maybe.
Now, I was going to say, how was the sound, even from your phone on the video, the sounds was...
That went off his helmet.
That was pretty, it wasn't like too loud. It's like all that air, all that space. I was already thinking, can you imagine on how they literally drape half of that field off for the NCAA basketball tournament?
When I saw that there's actually where the seats we had when I went to look on SeatGeek or whatever it was, actually had it brought up for the tournament, and it looks a lot worse for the tournament than it does football, considering that they put the court in the middle of the field basically, and you're way away from seeing anything in our seats. So our seats that we had were definitely going to be better for football than they would be for the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was the one thing that I thought of as I saw your pictures, and I said, man, basketball's got to, you'd almost have to watch it with binoculars.
Literally. And what's the point of going at that point?
I mean, even from the lower sections, that unless you're like really close to the field itself, the lower section, you're still not going to have a good view.
No, but I don't know if you guys caught it, but I think it was towards Zol will know what I'm talking about. A lot of people that aren't Michigan fans won't catch it or don't know about it. But did you see? I think it was one of the last touchdowns Michigan scored. Now, mind you, we were the away team, and our band I think had walked off, or they weren't in the stands anymore, or whatever. But about that last touchdown, Michigan scored, and Mr. Brightside is being sung in unison by over 60,000 people. And the funny thing is they sing it, they come up for the kickoff to kick it off, they stop, they wait till the play's over, and then they continue on and finish the song after it was over. That was pretty cool to see in person.
Yeah, they set a Big Ten attendance record for it was like 7,000, couple hundred.
Like 195 or something like that, I think they said, or 295. Mm-hmm. It was something.
Oh, and of course, it definitely was predominant Michigan folks. I'm sure of that. I mean, Iowa's not that far of a drive from Indy either.
No, there's a lot of people that were. They said the one lady we talked to walking in said it was a 6-hour drive for them.
I think so. Well, the family in front that were in the seats in front of us were from Omaha, so they said it was like a 5.5 hour drive from there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wouldn't have been too bad.
No. And I felt bad for Shawn because I know he got tired of hearing it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine chants and dudes dancing around and let's go blue. But like where we were sitting, the Iowa came out across from us. So you had like there's probably 6 sections on that one side that goes up. It was probably 3 to 4 Iowa, and then all the way up, and then just around where the band was, there was like 2 sections on either side of the band, and that was it for Iowa. Everything else was blue and yellow all the way around the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to ever hear anybody complain about the whole "Hang On Sloopy" song or the OHIO mannerisms with all the Michiganisms that I've heard between "It's Good to Be a Wolverine" and what was the other one? "Go Blue" and something else like.
Hail to the victors.
Although,
probably.
to the kids' credit, one of the drunk crew that was in front of us, the kid was at the beer stand and was trying to get more than 2 beers. And it took everything he had to turn around and ask me if I could help him out and say that I was with him so that he could get more beer. And I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. So he orders his beer. And the lady's like, well, I can only serve you 2. And he's like, oh, no, we're together. I was like, yeah, we're good. I'm getting food. He's getting the beer. Like, so at the end of the game, he come up and like tried to give me like the drunk bro hug. Like, man, I appreciate it, man.
It wasn't so much for the hug, but it's tripping over his own feet and falling into your lap at that point.
Right.
That's awesome. See, we knew there were some stories there.
That we heard.
That was the other thing. Like Toledo was really been the only college games that I've ever gone to. But like, even between like that type of game, like obviously people from Iowa and then like the Michigan fans, like nobody was being like super dickish or being an outright like complete asshole.
Oh, let an Ohio State fan walk into the section. We're all in unison on that one. Let me tell you, that was hilarious.
I was going to say that's why when my first experience, actually, my very first game was the Michigan State-Minnesota game. And then the next year, I got to go with Suds and a small crew to the Ohio State-Michigan State game, where we did the OHIO in East Lansing and the Hang On Sloopy, and the student section didn't like none of that, and all of a sudden you see all the whole like T-shirt section disappear because they were not happy. They were kind of salty. But what was even better was because as we pulled in that RV, and they turned around and they said, Suds was telling me as I'm decked out in my Ohio State gear, he goes, yeah, you're on your own when we get there. And we pull in, and it's nothing but red. I was like, oh. And Suds looks right at me. He goes, I'm with you. I'm like, oh, Suds, get the hell away from me.
Well,
like, you're on your own. I'm sorry, pal. This is your stadium, right? You're on your own, buddy boy. Sorry about your damn luck. I look like I'm comfortable. I'm amongst friends.
Shawn will back me up on this. The one complaint I have about Lucas Oil Stadium, the section that we were in literally was probably like 20 to 25 seats, but there was only the one way in. They couldn't go out the other side. It was blocked off at this end. So we had all the drunken ones, all the beer drinkers were the last 4 in the row. So it was like somebody would score a touchdown, you like sit down. So instead of waiting until everybody was still standing to come through, they waited until everybody sat down. Then 3 of them would walk through. That was the only thing. Because at one point, the guy next to me was like, "Hey, $20 from now on if you guys want to walk through, or find another way."
Yeah, we almost implemented a beer rule where if anybody else got up in the middle of a game to either go to the bathroom or go get something to drink, they were going to have to bring us a beer back.
Yep.
And oddly enough, nobody got up the fourth quarter.
I was gonna say, yeah, especially if you got to stand up 3 or 4 times in the first half with them, you just sit there and go, "Hey, there's a second half charge going through, $10 each pass." You will see them go the opposite way every time. They will not come back in front of you.
Right?
it's a beautiful thing.
Well, like Adam was saying, where we were sitting, that part of the stadium was like part of the divide. So there was only one way in and one way out. Unless you climbed over to go to the aisle behind us or in front of us, you're pretty much stuck.
Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. But like I said, it sounds like you guys had an awesome time. That is very cool. It's great to hear the stories. Um, but we do want to turn around and continue on. There's a whole bunch of shaking going on as far as coaches go, and we're not just talking the NCAA football. um, Zolt, I know, I dropped a thing in the chat earlier. The Canucks cleaned house top to bottom. I was like, it's only a couple weeks into the season. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean,
What was it, the Flyers and the Canucks? Or just
No. The Canucks literally from top to the head coach to the bottom whacked everybody.
Yeah, they had enough.
Everybody gone.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, last year they weren't good, but they showed upside, and there has not been any improvement from last year to this year. Their record is 8-15-2. That's just not going to cut it when you're supposed to be improving. Yeah, I mean, I get it. If you're not on board with who you've got, make the change now. I mean, why give it half a season or 3/4 of a season? Try to right the ship when you can. It's just funny because if I remember right, that whole crew got a 2-year extension this offseason. So
and I thought it was wild because, I mean, it's like, oh, just not the head coach, but, climb that ladder.
Yeah.
And a few more bodies went with them. I'm sitting there going, that's a lot of people. I mean, to hear it on NFL shows, I was like, wow. If they're bringing it up on their sports update, holy crap. Yeah, that's a shocker.
yeah, I mean, but like Adam said, I mean, Flyers also decided that they were going to can their coach.
And that's on a 7-game losing streak too.
Yeah, it was rough. I believe the last loss was a 7-1 loss to Tampa
That's
Bay.
a baseball.
Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay was missing their top 2 guys that game. Yeah, I mean, if you're digging a hole, somebody needs to pull them out. And after a week and a half to 2 weeks, if the ship is going down, if the ship is going down, let's get rid of the captain and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, woof, that is ugly.
Yeah, actually, I believe that 7-1 loss made it an 8-game losing streak. So
Holy shit!
You're talking over 2 weeks without sniffing a win.
I mean, the big change after hearing all that, I was like, is Arizona's coach still there? I mean, they've only got 5 wins. It's like, hello. Talk about a team that, it's like, wow, what's going on?
He might be filling out his resume.
It's like, if you're gonna sit there and you're expecting to see on a team who's getting their rear ends kicked in, it's, well, let's see who else is up. The Islanders are also sitting with only 5. Montreal's got 6. Ottawa's got 6. It's like, okay.
Well, even better though. I mean, the Islanders only have 5 wins. None of them in their home arena.
The brand new one.
They have 0 wins at the new arena.
New arena. Yeah. Oops. That's not pretty. That's ugly.
That's when you bring up the old. What's it? Well, shit.
I mean, Seattle even has 9 wins, and they're the new team. They're the new kids on the block, and at least they're what? It's 9-13-2. Okay. So it is what it is. But yeah, I was shocked by that.
Yeah, you're definitely right. The Canucks thing is kind of odd, just because you had enough in the offseason to give them an extension, and then you're what, maybe at most 2 months into the regular season, and now you've seen enough to get rid of them. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make a ton of sense.
Mr. Bennett, how are you? He says, hello, gentlemen, and Adam.
See if I give you a Devontae Adams helmet ever again, asshole.
Oh, hey
But
now.
I will give UPS kudos. I literally, because I got off work late on Friday and I knew I had to get ready and get leave for Saturday. I sent it out. Literally was at UPS at like almost 6:00. Tell me why we're driving to Indy and I get tagged in a notification and Bennett's already got the helmet. I'm like, God damn, UPS don't fuck around when they're sending that shit. Because he literally got it within like, it wasn't even, even he said it was fast as hell.
That's what she said. Hey.
Ooh, hey.
Hey. Bird ain't here. Somebody's got to pick up the slack.
Right. Oh, fuck you, Akers.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to turn around and cut to a break here in a couple minutes, but I was going to say this time of year,
he's not wrong.
Yes, absolutely, because right now I can't get stuff for work that fast. That was impressive. Wanted to catch up real quick because they did post the Baseball Hall of Fame ballot. I'm going to change this up here so we can see that list. It looks like the last go around for Schilling, Bonds, and Clemens.
And Sosa
isn't even on the list.
Yeah, he is. He's right there underneath Manny Ramirez.
Am I missing it? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, they didn't put the damn thing in order. I thought they had it in order. My bad. Thought they had it in order, but they don't.
Well, David Ortiz will probably be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
There it is. I'm sorry. I had it in order. I'm like, wait a minute. It was in order, damn it. Yeah, so we're pretty much thinking none of these four are getting in. Clint is dropping his 2 cents. So who do you think gets in? I was going to say, last year we didn't even have anybody. Nobody.
I think Ortiz is definitely one that gets in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're leaning down to the first timers? Out of the first ones? Ortiz and A-Rod.
Papelbon, maybe just because he was one of the better closers during his era.
But will enough writers give it to him?
That's the problem. These writers, man, are like, they're tough. Like when it comes to this shit.
Clint is like, no.
Well, I understand why Clint says that because he's a Yankee. We all hate the Yankees. I get it.
No, but and that's why the writers are going to put him in. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why he's going to get in, Clint. That's why he's going to get in. But yeah, I think.
Was he for PEDs at one point?
What's that?
Wasn't A-Rod pop for PEDs at one point?
He didn't. He never was I don't think he was ever caught. Right? Like he was accused, but they never.
I was gonna say I don't remember.
It's hard to believe Prince Fielder's been out long enough that he can be in the ballot already.
Yeah, it's only been a few. Torrey Hunter. I was going to say I was surprised. I believe it was Torrey Hunter and Omar who were close last year with only around 50 to 60%.
Omar should be in, but I don't know why they won't put him in.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Seriously. I think baseball needs to change it up. Ryan and I talked about it on a Year Out of Bounds last year, or earlier this year, when there was, nobody. And it's like, does baseball need to change it up? I think, yes, they do. I think this whole percentage thing needs to go away.
Just to hit on A-Rod again, A-Rod missed the entire 2014 season with suspension. So,
okay.
Yeah, that came out of the whole biogenesis thing.
Gotcha. So if A-Rod gets voted in, all hell should break loose.
Well, I mean, if he does, it sure as hell isn't going to be first ballot. There ain't no way the writers are going to let that go. I mean, the Hall of Fame writers in baseball are some vindictive SOBs.
True, but there are also some, somebody going, show me some money, and we'll see what we can do.
I'm curious as to why, like, Sheffield haven't made it in yet. I mean, they're getting close to their last shot too.
Well, Sheffield's on 8, Kent's at 9. Yeah, like I said, Omar, everybody's pretty much. Andrew Jones sitting there 5th. Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be an interesting.
Watch, the only one will be Ortiz.
I was gonna say Ortiz is probably hands down. Clint says Wagner, hopefully.
I'd be okay with that. I always liked Billy Wagner.
So, Shawn, where the hell are you disappearing to, dude?
I have no idea.
It's like the gerbil ain't dead yet.
He's a man of mystery.
David Blaine, your magic is real, and I believe in you.
All right. Cool deal. Okay, let's take our break here real quick. For those who have not seen it, the commercial break has been updated, and there is all new stuff. There are several new things on there. So the slides are new, and the break footage is new, with some extra advertising stuff of what we've got going on too. So check it out for the 245. Still keeping the hot dog jam. Mr. Stanley's going to let us use it. I definitely will use it.
I just want to point out that
with my hound one day, she come along with a poodle and it started to play. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, ooh, hot dog. I said, honey, all purpose of drawing attention. She said, come on inside, I'll show you the whole collection. Hot dog, yeah, hot dog, hot dog, ooh, hot dog. With this woman child, she dealt me 3 of a kind, and every one of them wild. Hot dog, hot dog, yeah, hot dog, ooh, hot dog. She said, let's spin the bottle, and we spun it mightily. When the spunner got to spinning, it was pointed at me. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. I think I'm getting lucky. Hot dog, I might be getting me some. asked her, she said she had an nymphomaniac sister. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, ooh, hot dog. We went out for ice cream, and I said, honey, I'm down to my stick. She said, my mouth is so dry, I wish I had something to lick. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, oh, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. I might be getting lucky, it's hot.
Damn. I was like, Shawn fell off the window? Unmute. There you go.
Fucking magic.
The magic.
The ad break cut him off, so he said, "Peace out."
No, I was saying for a Monday night game, this is probably the oddest score I've ever seen.
Hey,
11.
that under, man.
Well, with Mother Nature, giving havoc.
There we go.
Chipper's hey, Adam looks pretty tan from being from Indy.
The lights were pretty hot inside the stadium.
The picks are all real close. 7, 8, 9. At the moment, I did not add in the Chiefs Broncos just yet, but just before the Sunday night game, those are the totals there. 7, 8, 9 with Schrod's goose egg and twice.
Oh, brutal.
And I even messaged him on a secondary attempt. I even gave a secondary attempt after the Thursday nighter, and still no response. So it is what it is, and that's all that it is. And that's a shame because leaderboard-wise,
Now,
it's close, baby. It's super close. 101, Mr. Burrich. 109, Doug. 100, Zolt. 109, Clint. 96 Acres. 106, me. 88 for Suds. 94, Bruiser. 87, Shawn. 105, Adam. And Shrod's 99. It's getting a little tight.
I'm over 100. Woohoo!
And considering that last year, none of us were even this close in being correct with that.
We didn't have a perfect one this year.
Somebody turned around and one of our aces brought it up to me in conversation saying, we didn't almost get to 100 until week 14, 15, 16 last year. I was like, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're much better this year. We've gotten smarter, apparently, with our picking.
Especially considering how this year has been so weird with the teams and how shit is the fact that we have 4 guys or 5 guys over 100 already.
Yes, and especially with the weird Halloween, since Halloween, the weird NFL voodoo, they're calling it. Wow.
In all fairness, I'd probably be over 100 too, but I think there's 2 weeks where I forgot to put picks in.
Colleen picked for you last week.
Colleen picked for you last week. So you got picked.
How'd you do?
Currently you are at, what are you sitting with? 7 with the Chiefs' correct pick at the moment. You're right in line, right with everybody else.
Fair.
You're tied. You're actually tied with Bruiser with that 7 because Bruiser took the Broncos. He was the lone wolf on that one.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, hey, once in a while it works and then it doesn't work. So yeah, so it's almost there. 10, 9, 7, 9. She did pick the Patriots for you. We've got Akers, myself, Suds, and Burridge all took the Bills. Doug, Zolt, Bruiser, Colleen, and Adam all took Patriots. So, yeah, this is going to get really interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, wrong way. Go back. So, the Lions have won their first game. And I have to say, I did watch the whole. They had a nice breakdown of the whole final 2 minutes, and to do that in a $140, that was impressive. I'm sorry, it was very impressive. Hey,
What's up, boys?
he speaketh the name, and ta-da, he appears.
I was splitting wood and then getting the fire going in the fireplace.
That's what she said. And Mr. Kaufman says, "F the Lions." Why?
Did I lone wolf that one again last week?
No.
I thought I took the Lions. I couldn't remember.
Broncos. You won't wolf the Broncos.
What?
Yeah.
Did the Broncos win?
No.
Well, whatever. Did I get more than 4 right yesterday?
You're at
Yes.
7.
You and Sean both currently have 7.
Oh, well, at least my picks are doing better than my fantasy league was. We went grocery shopping yesterday morning, and my buddy was going to come over and watch some football, and we were cooking tacos and making taco dip and stuff, and I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh, it's 11:30. Here, while I'm standing in the checkout line, let me set my fantasy lineup. And my phone rang, and then the next time I looked at my phone, it was 2:30, and it was too late.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Was that you I played yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. That was bad.
I looked at the ref and it was like, I think Cam Newton was starting or something, and it was like so-and-so's out, so-and-so's doubtful.
Cam Newton started. Dalvin Cook was in my starting lineup. Somebody else didn't play. It was rough.
Ugh.
Well, speaking of brutal fantasy lineups, let's talk about the injury report.
Please,
No,
please
It's
go right
everybody's
ahead, Mr. Zoll.
everybody's favorite time of the show, and I can feel nothing but love when I spread the information in the chat as I come across it.
Is there a flashing border for the Bolt injury report?
Yeah, we need to
Not yet.
I always feel like when I see that Zolt comments in the chat, I'm like, all right, how am I getting attacked today in fantasy?
By the way, before we get into the injury report, I would like to show you guys this wonderful pattern on that couch. That is straight out of 1977.
We've all had couches like that before.
It was my grandmother's couch.
And it is so
And it's
comfortable.
Yep.
Right? Isn't it though?
I was going to say, it's a comfy couch.
It is oddly enough the couch my grandmother died on.
Touche.
And with that, Mr.
On that note,
But it's super comfy.
So about that injury report,
yeah,
Oh, why don't you,
Injury-
make
yeah, the
sure
injury
over
report.
Burrow. Yeah, Doug
it's-
got lucky. Doug, you
I was
got
gonna
lucky.
say, injury report's
How
not
did
looking
you
that bad
miss?
all of a sudden.
Got lucky.
Joe Burrow, I think they just did a simulated practice, but he would have been limited. I'm not terribly worried about that, mainly because I don't have him. Anybody that's been taking Corey Davis and like stashing him and waiting for him to suddenly reappear on the Jets and suddenly start playing really well. Yeah, he's done for the year. Just had season-ending surgery. I know this is going to really break some hearts out there in this group. Roethlisberger is considered a non-participant for the first practice of the week. Same thing with Chase Claypool.
No.
Yeah, I know.
what happened with him?
Claypool or Big Ben?
Big Ben.
Pectoral shoulder.
Yeah, From 6:30 Sunday morning till 4 p.m. Sunday night, I was asleep. So
Yeah.
There's buddy, right there. There's to you.
If Big Ben hasn't gone on Sports Center or local Pittsburgh radio to talk about his injuries, he's fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, to be honest, I'm pretty sure it would have just been maintenance. Because I believe they play Thursday.
Yes.
So it's just gonna be a maintenance day for him.
Yep.
Chase Claypool also non-participant. Again, this is an estimated practice because they didn't actually have a practice. The belief there that's another maintenance day. Kenyon Drake surgery on a broken ankle.
Oof.
Yeah.
Winston,
Family remark.
No, over here. Come over here.
So
All right, we'll go
Josh
right there.
Jacobs owners are kind of looking at, hey, it's gonna be a lot of carries. Darren Waller is day to day. Dalvin Cook, again, this is estimated a non-participant. I think we talked about it briefly last week. He was considered week to week, and Mike Zimmer tried to say he was day to day with a torn labrum.
Yeah.
I don't think we're seeing him again this week. That's just a hunch.
Come here.
Adam Thielen, high ankle sprain on his left ankle. Awaiting results from an MRI to see exactly how bad it is. Again, that's a Thursday game. So
2 points, Adam.
Yeah, that Thursday night game is looking like a yawner.
Who's playing this Thursday?
Pittsburgh, Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Wait, can you not? I mean, no.
Can we do another show on Thursday night? Absolutely.
I mean, can we do something? I'd rather than watch that game.
Right. Exactly like I said. Can we do a show Thursday? Absolutely. No.
I'd rather watch Georgia and Alabama play again. Jesus.
Let's see. Brandon Staley said Austin Eckler's dealing with some bumps and bruises after the game. Bumps and bruises is nothing that's going to keep him out, but at the same time, it was brought up, which is kind of odd that the coach felt the need to bring that up. Also on the Chargers, Keenan Allen hits the COVID list.
Ooh.
But they said he could still play this weekend. So.
Does he have a real vaccination card?
I'm sure somebody's going to take a really hard look at it.
Almost got it on the mic. Wow, that was close. Wow, that was close.
I didn't even see you drinking.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close.
All right. Looks like Melvin Gordon might return to practice this week. I hope nobody actually started him because Logan Thomas is done. I
looked good.
No, that was not a great block at all.
To get clocked out like that was total crap. And the ref's like, oh, I didn't see it. Oh, come on, dude.
I know we're talking about the injury report, but going back to yesterday, why the hell do you go for 2 when you got Justin Tucker, who is automatic and fourth?
Hang on, we're gonna get to that. Hold that thought, because we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there.
Good Lord,
we're gonna get there. Yeah, we're gonna get there. I have info on that. We're gonna get there.
Okay, so anybody here been riding Elijah Mitchell for a few weeks now, ever since he came back? And so
Clint Alexander has been, and Clint has got to be fuming.
Okay, Mitchell went into concussion protocol today.
Yay! We'll see in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Debo considered day to day, which George Kittle owners are probably going, no, man, take all the time you need.
Yep. He almost saved me in your league.
Yeah.
Almost.
That is all on my list, but I know that's not it. So let me.
What about Kamara?
I can look him up briefly here. I saw something about Deontay Johnson. Now I can't find it.
We'll let you dig it up
I'll see if I can dig it.
Well, damn.
I will bring up the going for 2. Why do you go for 2? Mr. Harbaugh was quoted. We were out of corners. Personally, I liked the call. I say the hell with it. Go for 2, get the win. If it flourishes to the win, we're talking about a totally different story and what an awesome play that was. Ballsy, way to go. Ravens have a win. But of course, it backfired. But he didn't want to risk in overtime. He didn't want to risk it because he was out of corners.
Stopping them all day. That last drive by the Steelers was the first time they'd been in the red zone all game.
And they lost their last corner on that drive.
But they were stopping them on the run too.
Right, they were, but they were. He literally said they were out of corners.
You get a 3 and out. You tie the game. You get a 3 and out. You drive down. You have Justin Tucker, who's been automatic 55 straight in fourth quarter or overtime. You kick one. You walk out of there.
Like I said, I actually liked the call. And before they even showed him, I said, dude, the hell with Tomlin, go for 2. Put the Steelers out of your rearview mirror. I liked the call myself. I was all for it.
The call would have been good if it was any other quarterback other than Lamar Jackson.
Actually, here's what Andrews 3 plays sooner had even dropped an easy catch, and he had been dropping a lot.
That one wasn't
into that fourth quarter.
But that one wasn't on Andrews. And here,
it hit. The throw was a little off, but a lot of people, even all day today, with a Pro Bowl tight end like Andrews, that was right there in his hand.
You can't catch it if it's a foot behind you.
No, it was one of these.
It was here, George. He's reaching behind him.
No, it was over him. It was over him here. No, it wasn't behind him at all. It wasn't behind him.
Here's the thing. All game long. All game long.
He should have had it. He still should have had it. A Pro Bowl tight end to make that adjustment. It hit him in the hand. He should have had the catch.
That was an uncatchable ball. He wasn't going to catch it.
No. It was a catchable. The commentators even said, everybody all day even said it was a very catchable ball. Everybody.
I watched that whole game, and all game long, Lamar Jackson would roll out, look for the first available receiver, and then either overthrow it, underthrow it, or throw it too far to the right of him. I don't want to hear how he's been working on his passing since they've taken the run away from him, because he's not working on it. He's not a poised quarterback in the pocket. He doesn't have the patience. He may have the talent, but he doesn't have the patience to sit there and check it down to the proper receiver. He got hurried, and rather than take us, and I understand it's a 2-point conversion, so taking a sack does you nothing. However, he got hurried and he threw it, and Andrews wasn't there to make the catch, and he threw it behind him. You're not going to convince me otherwise. He threw it behind him.
I'll bring it up for you. I'll bring up the video for you.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so have we.
He's seen it, and that play's not on Andrews. That play's on Lamar Jackson. 100% on Lamar Jackson.
He's been searching for landscapers. Just on one play. Jackson plays it.
Not going to let me do a freeze. Come on, let me freeze it. Freeze frame? Nope, it's not letting me get freeze frame. You Yahoo, YouTube POS. Come on. It's only going to go quickie on me here. It won't let me do freeze frame.
Behind him. That's behind him.
That's not behind. How do you figure that's behind?
Look at how far his arm is extended.
That's in front. That's not behind. If it
When
was
you go to
behind,
the
it would
other
have been this way.
there's another camera angle. If you go to the other camera angle from the sideline, you can see how far that ball is actually over to the side of him, behind him. It's a bad throw. I can admit that maybe Andrews is out of place, but it's a bad throw, and let's put where it's due. It was a bad throw.
Oh, it's a bad throw and a bad catch. Attempt.
Good night, Bubba.
I still like the call. Bury Pittsburgh, keep them another game out of the rearview mirror. It backfired. Like I said,
It's a gutsy call, and it's not anything I wouldn't expect from Harbaugh.
it's a
not at
ballsy
all.
call. I expect that from any team, especially when it's a divisional rival, and you literally can turn around and say, "I don't want to bother with overtime either." Why the hell not?
No, look, it is. It's a gutsy call. However, you got to make sure you have the proper personnel in play.
Agreed, and also the proper play. I thought it was going to be a slant. I thought it was going to be slants, and it wasn't, because that's what had been working for them.
By the way,
surprised.
Speaking of Harbaugh's, hey Adam, hail to the victors, baby.
Thank you, sir.
And Zolt.
Suck up.
My team. Hey,
All
the team I was rooting for won on Saturday. The team I wanted to see win won, and I was happy about it. Good
Like
old
I said, I'm still not too thrilled with the committee, but Mafia rules still are in force, so I guess that's what it is.
How do you drop Alabama out of the top four?
Well, you don't jump them up 3. I'm sorry. I don't say you drop them out of the top 4, but you don't put them.
Isn't Michigan number 1 right now?
No,
2.
Bama got put at 1. They
How?
jumped 3 spots. How? That's a good damn question. The committee voted it.
That one I don't understand. Like that.
Nope.
I'd have put Michigan at number 1. I'd have put Bama at 2. I'd have put Cincinnati at 3 and Georgia at 4.
Yep.
And that's why you still avoid the rematch, because what they're trying to avoid was the rematch of Georgia and Alabama first round of the playoff.
No, it would be a rematch first round because 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3.
Yeah, but if you put Georgia
It would be
before
Michigan and Georgia.
What's that? No,
It's
you're right.
sort of
Yeah,
yeah.
you still avoid. I'm sorry, Michigan was number 1. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, all you had to do was put Michigan. You still have the same matchups right now that you have even with Alabama at 1. If you wanted to avoid it, you could have still put Michigan 1, and you still avoid the rematch off the rip. And I swear to God, nobody wants to see that rematch in the national championship. I'm sorry, nobody wants to see it.
It's gonna happen.
Probably, but
Listen,
Well-
Cincinnati beat Georgia in a bowl game last year.
Like I said, anything's possible.
I could see Cincinnati beat.
We mentioned it earlier.
That was the
Or-
best game Bama played all year. All year was on Saturday.
well, if
With that
Auburn would have
offense,
2 weeks ago.
listen, the 90 seconds is all they needed, and they'd have won. But with Bama, that offense that Cincinnati has, there's some defensive exploitations that Cincinnati can take a hold of and really put it to them if they tried.
Cincinnati's game against Houston was scary.
They moved that ball at will.
Yep. When
Oh,
I
you
saw
want-
how easy they were, just like, oh, you want to do that? We're going to go do this.
Oh, you want a 40-yard out? Okay, here it is. Oh,
Yeah.
35-yard run? Oh, there it is. They moved that ball with ease at will.
If I'm Nick Saban, I am crapping my pants because you do not have an easy task on your hands.
If I'm Nick Saban, I don't want to see Cincinnati. I don't want to see Michigan.
Well, he's got Cincy, so
But I don't want to see. So, on a hypothetical, if Michigan takes care of Georgia, and by all rights they can. I don't know if they will, but they can. I don't want to see Michigan if I'm Nick Saban and if I survive Cincinnati and get to the championship. I don't want to see Michigan because at that point you've got a very frustrated and pent up Michigan team that the moment something goes good for them, your momentum's over.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to lose to another Big Ten team because that would just put a nasty little mark on his record. All right, well, let's get into these picks.
Why? There's 20 minutes left. Fuck it.
Cranking out. Well, welcome to the dance. You were splitting wood.
Listen, man, I burn it. Come on.
Oh, I know. Not dissing it one bit. We're gonna let you kick things off. You want Pittsburgh or you want Minnesota?
Oh God. Could I just get
Zolt, I'm scared to know what the numbers are.
Could I get a chlorine enema instead?
Wow, colonoscopy would even probably be better.
Numbers are pretty basic for this week. I mean, again, this is another week where just about everything's in the 40s for over-under. The over-under is 44.5. Minnesota's favored by 3.5 at home.
Oh, give me Minnesota. Well, God damn it.
Yeah,
give me Minnesota.
I was going to say, this is one of those games of ew.
No, give me Minnesota because I trust Minnesota's offense without Cook more than I trust the Pittsburgh offense overall.
Fair. I was going to go right to Shawn, and Shawn's playing Houdini.
There he is. Well, there you go.
Damn it, Shawn. What the hell are you doing? Quit
bro.
button on the pad. Shawn, it was like we're going to you for the pick, and Shawn's not there.
You got to wait for that dial-up to connect, man.
Yeah, I told him.
I had a feeling it was.
So, do you want Pittsburgh or Minnesota?
Or a freeze up.
Steelers or Vikings? Nice try. We can hear you. Oh, now he's purposely muting himself.
All right. So, time to message Colleen.
Yeah. So we don't think we're not thinking Ben's going to miss Thursday, correct? It was just a maintenance day, more or less.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. The goddamn Vikings.
All right.
But I'm sick and tired of the Vikings. This 50-50 shit with them. I pick them. They do the opposite. Whatever. Blah blah blah. I'm just gonna go with the fucking Steelers as much as I hate to do it.
Ew. See, I'm not even. I can't take the Steelers. There's no way.
Hold on. Should I say it as the team that plays at Heinz Field?
Yeah. Okay. Let's not try to copy off of Schleppy.
The joke is that they can't say the Browns.
Yeah, that's just.
It's a better name than what I called them yesterday.
Oh.
Who? Mr. Zolt.
Well, I will agree. I mean, I trust Minnesota even without Cook being there because Madison has shown that he's at least up to the task. The problem is Minnesota without Cook and Thielen loses to the Lions. And I normally I'd say
on a prevent defense though. let's call it what it is. It was a prevent defense, and you know what that does.
I would say that this is a comeback game, except short week. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Mr. Zoll.
Good pick. I need my pencil like Lee Corso.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Got to bring out the helmet.
God.
Well,
All right, next game up. Cowboys at Washington. This is interesting. Washington's been on a small tear as of late. And that division is getting sloppy. That division is getting very sloppy.
Well, the Cowboys had a pretty good lead on it. I'm assuming that the much like racing, they're kind of filtering back towards the pack now.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Dallas was on a tear, and then Dak got hurt, and then CD's missed some time, and then Amari's missed some time. And you keep waiting for them to put everything back together, and they haven't put everything back together yet. And they're starting to run out of weeks to put it back together.
Might have built that fire a little too big there, right there.
Sounds great. I'll be for. I don't care. I'll go football team.
So who would you like, Mr. Zolt?
Football team.
He just said football team.
Football team. Football team to win against the team of destiny.
Yep. Ditto. Washington's at home, so.
Bring me your Lammy.
Bruiser, who would you like?
I will take the dog and her Lammy. No, I'll take football team too.
Shawn?
Come on.
I will take the football team.
Winston, come here. We got to do picks.
fuck it, I'll go Cowboys.
Okie dokie.
Come here.
Well, oh, wow. This got interesting real fast. Who the hell is pinging? Damn it.
That wasn't me that time.
It's not me.
No, it's. As I say, I don't have anybody pinging on
It was
mine.
me.
I'm like,
I could barely stay on long enough to get a ping.
No, it was me.
I was like, damn. Next up, the Jaguars are at the Titans, who seem to be sliding in the wrong direction. Why, I don't know.
Who the hell's the running back this week?
Yes. Yes. It's one of two guys.
The kid who went to JUCO in Nashville and is sat third row, section 110, seat F last game.
Well, that kid Hilliard dropped a $131 last week, so.
I picked him up in my ESPN league and was shocked as hell when I saw the points he gave me. I'm like, hell of a pickup.
Yeah, it's like, well, hello, somebody got lucky for the week.
Well, I mean, keep in mind you've got both Dante Foreman and Dontrell Hilliard. Foreman put up 137 in Week 12 against New England, and then Hilliard went off with 297 in Week 12. And then both have been on a bye. Now, the fact that both have been on a bye, we have no idea who they're going to lead with. Not a clue. So, you know, it's going to be one of those things. Whichever one you start, the other one's going to go off.
Right.
Right.
Is that indicative, though, of the Titans' line or of the talent of their running backs?
I don't want to take anything away from Derrick Henry. So,
But you know what I mean?
No, I get the question you're asking. I mean, obviously the team shored up what they needed to shore up in order to get that running game back to where they wanted it. Now they just need to have everybody damn healthy at the same time. Looking at you, AJ Brown.
Zolt, who would you like?
Speaking of which, I believe isn't Julio back this week, or he's
Does it
so
freaking matter?
We'll get another half game out of him.
No, I'm sorry. You might get 5 minutes out of him, and then he'll pull up a groin. Yeah.
I was going to say, so yeah, Tennessee's been on a little bit of a slide. It's hard to figure them, but you know what? They're a damn sight better than Jacksonville. Give me Tennessee.
I am also taking Tennessee. Sean.
Tennessee.
Adam.
Tennessee.
Bruiser.
Give me the Jaguars, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Tennessee.
Hey, it's one of those weird games.
I know.
You know? Next
Well,
up.
I mean, we're in December now. We should finally be away from the Halloween weeks.
Yeah,
God,
you would think, but guess what? It keeps rearing its ugly head. It really does. You know? Do not know. You just never know that 1 week to the next. Next up, the Seahawks at the Texans. And Burridge took the Texans, and Doug took the Seahawks. Yes, Burridge took the Texans. I was going to say, I watched the Seattle 49ers on the Red Zone, and I know I'm still taking the Seahawks.
I was going to say, this is what, Adrian Peterson continuing his quest to score a touchdown for every team.
Well, okay. He tied Jim Brown yesterday, so
he got one for Seattle now. Now it's time to cut him and let him move on.
no. I told Bryce there's some consistency there. Let's not screw with it. But yet they still
get one with Tennessee now.
Yes.
Bruiser, who would you like?
Ooh. Man. Seattle, I suppose. I mean, if I have to pick somebody.
It's always a tie.
Yeah.
I watched that game yesterday, and the Monday Nighter, and Seattle still plays like garbage.
I mean, there's no doubt.
Like I said, personally, I saw a light switch go off, and I was like, well, there's the Seattle team we've been expecting all year.
But they're 3-9.
3-7. Whatever.
Oh, sorry.
It was the fourth win.
Sorry. 4-9.
Let's not cut them short. Come on now. Hey, they're still just a game behind the Niners to get that spot.
That's terrible.
Yes, it is, but so is the whole NFC. Adam, who would you like?
Sea Chickens, I guess, because I just can't pick the Texans.
Zolt?
My stance on the Houston Texans is well known. Seattle, all day,
Sean?
every day.
What jersey will you be representing?
Well, considering the fact that I will probably be doing a year out of bounds, I probably will not be representing a jersey that day.
Son of a bitch. Texans.
Wow.
The Arian Foster one was looking pretty good last week, though. Next up, Raiders at the Chiefs. And after watching the Raiders in Washington, was Washington's defense just that solid that they just had the Raiders, or are the Raiders just like at home and are better on the road? I don't know. But I'll kick it off, and I'm going with the Chiefs. Doug and Burridge both went with the Chiefs. Mr. Zolt?
That tells you a lot when Doug goes with the Chiefs.
Yes, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I mean, talk about a team that looks like they cannot get out of their own way in the Raiders. Give me the Chiefs again all day.
Bruiser?
I'll take the Chiefs. I was on the Raiders bandwagon earlier this year, but they're flopping all over themselves like a
like
a
dead
prom
fish.
date fumbling with a zipper in the back of the limo.
Wow. Sean.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders only because I want to see Patrick Mahomes' mom get back on social media and start bitching like every other Pee Wee football parent out there.
Nice.
Are you at the old man's place, Sean?
Yeah.
You walking around shirtless?
No, he's dressed.
Damn.
Adam?
Rolling with the homies.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Game of the week.
kind of picked up a new quarterback in Zolt's league and worked out well versus what I had on my bench, which was garbage, and I cut it. Mr. Taysom Hill did a decent job. The next game up is the Saints at the Jets. Burridge has taken the Saints. Doug took the Jets. Adam, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna steal a bruiser line here. I'm gonna pick the Saints, but I'm not gonna like it.
Is this the lowest game of the week, by the way, Zolt?
What, you mean over under?
Yeah.
As soon as anybody asks me a question, it always refreshes. No, the lowest, the over under is 43.5. Lowest, I see a 42 that we haven't gotten to yet.
What's the spread on this? 1 or even?
5.5.
Which way?
New Orleans.
Huh. Okay. Sean, who would you like?
Give me the Jets.
Split down the middle so far. Bruiser.
I'll take the Jets.
Bruiser wants the Jets. I'm going to go with the Saints.
There's something about New Orleans. It's just not clicking on either side of the ball. One side makes a stride, and then the other side takes 2 steps back. So, right, I think the Jets are a little bit more consistent performing team than the Saints are at the moment. So I'll go with the Jets.
Mr. Zolt?
Yeah, you had me up until you said the Jets were more consistent.
At the moment, performing more consistent at the moment.
I was going to say New Orleans is not good, but the Jets are trash. Give me New Orleans.
Listen, I said
it's my opinion. Just my opinion.
They're trash, but they're consistently trash. Therefore, they're the more consistent team.
That's fair. That is fair.
Next up, the Falcons at the Panthers. Ew.
Well,
is all that can be said.
This is a terrible game.
Burridge and Doug both took the Falcons. I am also going to take the Falcons.
Is this still in the 1 o'clock window?
Yes, it is.
Thank God. At least it won't be a national game at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. It's just Zolt.
So this is the wonderful. Your star running back keeps getting hurt, so we're going to fire the OC. But at the same time, I am a firm believer in the fire the coach, get a bump. Give me Carolina.
Okay. Adam? Adam's shaking his head. Adam's like, I can't, man. I just can't.
As much as I want to, I just don't trust them right now. And I don't trust the other team. I don't trust either team in this game. It's like,
I'm sorry. Did you say tie?
No, somebody's going to win this game, and I just think it's going to be the Falcons.
Bruiser.
Fuck. I don't know. Hit me in the face with a 2x4? I have no idea. I guess I'll take the Panthers. I mean, I really want to pick the Falcons. I want to pick the Falcons because I know what that offense can do. However, they are more trash than the Jets. So,
have you seen the Carolina defense?
I mean,
Neither have the fans,
I was
exactly.
going to say, that is the question. That's on all the milk cartons. Have you seen the Carolinas defense?
Yeah. And look at Adam. Adam's not even saying nothing because he already knows.
I mean,
I had the Panthers defense for 1 week.
3
Kuechly,
weeks,
how long has Kuechly been retired now? Is it 2 seasons?
2 or 3.
Like Kuechly
Yeah.
left, and that defense just done.
Well, what didn't help was J.C. Horn, the rookie, going down because even though he was a rookie, he was playing his lights out like he was a stud, and then he goes down, and it's just been ever since then.
Yeah, I'll take the Panthers, but fuck, like
All right, Shawn.
Is Cam back on the bench?
yes.
I mean, the Falcons.
Ravens are at the Browns.
Oh,
Doug and Burridge both picked the Browns. Shawn?
Just because I'll be there working. Browns.
Adam?
I'm thinking the old Cleveland. Give me the Ravens.
Brute?
I will take the real Browns as well.
Mr. Zolt?
Give me the current Browns. I guess that's how we're saying it.
You want the current Browns?
Yes.
Okay. I am also taking the Browns. Just in knowing on how dinged up the Ravens are, and you've gotten the bye week, you've also gotten a lot of extra time to turn around and flip this.
What I feel is a very interesting number on this game, the over-under. So I told you the low for the week is 42. This game is 42.5.
Ooh.
They think this is going to be a very low-scoring game.
Well, the last one was. So
What they got the spread at 3?
Cleveland favored by 2.5.
Or no, not the last one. Thinking a couple seasons ago.
all right, 4 o'clockers. First up, the Giants at the Chargers. Anybody want the Giants?
No.
This is the first of 2 double-digit spreads.
I was just gonna say, and the spread is 11.5.
Close, 10.5. 10.5. The over-under though is only 44.5.
I learned my lesson yesterday with the Giants.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Daniel Jones is coming back this week, and Mike Glennon is not the answer.
Yeah.
Man, that pine's burning good.
Next up, the Lions are at the Broncos. This actually, I could almost consider this a prison inmate game.
How?
Because it's just going to be god awful like watching the Steelers and Vikings. Same effect.
I don't think so. I think the Lions are going to go in there right.
Bridgewater has not been.
No, but I think the Lions are going to be riding a high. Listen, despite their record, for a good number of the games this year, the Lions have played fairly competitive.
Agreed.
And now you have a win under your belt. So now the stigma of, are we going to go winless, is gone.
Yep.
So build on it.
I could agree with that.
I mean, do I think they'll win? No. Am I going to pick them to win? Yes.
I was going to just say. And you're picking them just like Mr. Burridge is picking them. And I was also going to be picking them as well. Because I think that the Broncos defense is no longer even. They're like the Panthers defense. Everybody's looking for them on the milk carton.
Von Miller left and the defense went with him.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was even kind of rough at that point.
Right.
Mr. Zolt, who would you like?
Yeah, my main issue with Denver isn't the defense. My issue is that they don't have a starting quarterback. They've got 2 backups. However, I don't think the win by Detroit is what you think it is. I don't think it's the start of anything. I think, yeah, it gets the monkey off their back, and now they let up. So give me the Broncos.
Oh, that hadn't hurt to say.
Nah, not really. I also don't know if Swift is playing this week, so
I will turn around and make sure that there are plenty of babes available for him to get his nuts motivated to play. Damn it. Because I need him to fucking
I'm
play.
sure you do.
I cannot take another damn loss in that league.
And
Pissing
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If Melvin Gordon were to tweak something and can't come back this week, I'm perfectly okay riding Javonte Williams to another W.
Yeah. Adam, who would you like?
Not the Lions.
Shawn?
Give me the Lions.
Okay. Next up, 49ers at the Bengals. I will not pick the 49ers still. I'm going with the Bengals. Screw the 49ers. Ryan and Doug both took 49ers. Adam.
I mean, which Bengals team's going to show up? I mean, they've had duds against the Browns and the Chargers of all things. I mean, and then they come out and they swept the Steelers this year, which that ain't saying much, but they beat the Ravens. I mean, it's been kind of an up and down year. Like you got to use kind of like Zolt's analogy, the up down theory. So since they were down last week, this week Burrow's got to bounce back. But I'm kind of curious about his hand injury. But I'm still going to take the Bengals because the 49ers pissed me off. I picked them last week and they fucking lose to Seattle. So fuck the 49ers, Bengals it is.
I took the Seahawks.
So don't be wearing no Burrow jersey this weekend, George.
Actually, I don't think I've worn that one to bowling. Actually, yeah, I did. I wore the Burrow, I think, already at bowling. No, I broke out the Randy Moss last Friday. The Moss Patriots one broke out.
Well, remember how last year it was always we waited to see what Doug did? Now it's got to you this year with the jerseys is the new Doug.
Shawn, who would you like?
Better internet
What was
service?
Yeah, right.
49ers at the Bengals.
No, Burrow. He's expected to play, right?
Yeah, it was just a jammed pinky finger.
Right.
I think he's day to day. He's looking at day to day at the moment.
Give me the
He
Bengals.
played the first quarter, and he played the whole rest of the game.
Oh, okay.
He freeze up again.
He did.
He said Bengals.
No.
All right, Bruiser.
Houday.
Zolt.
The thing with San Francisco, yeah, they just lost to Seattle, but at the same time, they've won 3 out of the last 4 and 4 out of the last 6. They're finding ways. Give me the 49ers.
Well, I was going to say, you have no Debo, and you just lost your running back.
Debo's day to day.
Yeah, well, still don't think you'll be ready.
And like I said, obviously Kittle owners are not complaining that Debo was out.
Nope, not one bit. Well, here's the one. Here's the game that everybody thinks would be the Super Bowl this year, but who knows now? We have the Bills at the Bucks.
Right there.
This is going to be interesting because right now, what do we got on that Monday nighter sitting at the moment?
11-7 still.
Still 11-7.
But
Mother
really,
Nature playing havoc.
horrible weather conditions. That wind is
in the windiest of windy games.
Yeah. Personal foul pushing Josh Allen out of bounds.
which means that Josh Allen, Diggs, and the Buffalo defense are not going to give me my damn 600 points to give me a win tonight, which sucks. Super Bowls. Burridge and Doug both took the Bucks. I say screw Tom Brady. I'm going to go with the Bills. Warmer weather, better Josh Allen. Why not? Sean, who would you like? Try it again.
He said the Bills.
Son of a bitch, the Bills.
Okay.
I speak Traz fluently.
Frozen Traz at that. Adam?
Tampa Bay.
Zolt.
Yeah, I got to go with the Brady ears.
Bruiser?
Oh, sorry. First of two over-unders above 50.
Oh,
50
I don't know.
52 and a half.
Wow.
God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Should be a fun one.
No defense.
Nope.
Benching the Bills defense. Starting the Packer defense this week.
At some point, that Buffalo offense has got to get off the schneid and get back to where they were the first 3-4 weeks. But not this week. That Bucks defense is scary at some points, and I think that they'll handle Buffalo pretty well. I don't trust the Buccaneer offense. Listen, you can have all the star players and legends you want, but for some reason that offense just doesn't click.
Next up, the Sunday Nighter. How this didn't get flexed, I have no idea. The Bears at the Packers.
Because it's the Bears and Packers, that's why.
Again, why it didn't get flexed?
Well,
Because it's the Bears and Packers.
here's your other double-digit point spread.
The Bears are favored
Now
by
11 to
14.
10.
Packers are favored 12 and a half.
12 and a half. Damn. Anybody going with the Bears? Not including the points. Watch Suggs actually pick the freaking Bears. I don't think he'll be that stupid. Monday Nighter. This will be interesting. The
Wait,
Rams
I didn't pick the Sunday Nighter.
I asked if anybody really wanted the Bears.
I mean, maybe.
I'll wait.
No, I'm fine with the Packers.
Monday night, the Rams at the Cards. Doug and Birch both have taken the Cards. The last time this was an ugly debacle. The Rams were just like, I don't know. Zolt, what do we got on this one?
Cards favored by 3 at home. So,
Only 3?
Yep. And they're not thinking of debacle this time. Over-under is 52.
Ooh.
And maybe this time Darrell Henderson will actually play while he's active.
Touche. I don't know. As Stafford's, it's like at times it looks good, and then other times it's like, ugh, it's a mess. And he looked like crap the last time against the Cards, badly.
It's a damn good beer.
Yeah, Doug. Doug said, "Damn Henderson into 0." Yeah.
Yeah, that is brutal when you have a player that's questionable and they say he's active and then they don't play him.
Right.
That is absolutely brutal.
I'm going with the Cards. Mr. Zolt,
I'm also going with the Cards.
Bruiser.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and take the Rams.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams.
Adam,
Cardinals.
I. Now we'll see what the rest of the slinging crew comes up with. Whoever decides to submit picks.
If you guys are looking for something to watch after the Monday Nighter, the Penguins are traveling to Seattle tonight and playing the Kraken for the first time ever in Seattle. So
You mean
that
this? You mean this blockbuster 11-10 game?
listen,
Yeah, Mother Nature gets involved, and all of a sudden it's a prison inmate game.
here I'm gonna
What time
soak
is it? What time is that game, Drew?
It's either a 10 or a 10:30 start.
Oh, Suds submitted his picks.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to get off the air. I'm going to open that sliding glass window. I'm going to shut all the lights off in the back room except for the Christmas tree. I'm going to stoke that fire again and sit down and watch some hockey.
Naked.
No, that's later.
Suds took Vikings, Cowboys, Titans, Seahawks, Chiefs, Saints, Panthers, Ravens, Chargers, Broncos, Bengals, Bills, Packers, and Cards. Suds' picks are in.
I have to
You Suds? Appreciate
I have to give a quick round of applause to the Boy Child's hockey team on Saturday. Half the team was out with COVID or in quarantine because their parents tested positive for COVID. Normally, their team has enough to have 3 line shifts, and they do line shifts every 2 minutes in mites. There were 6 kids on Saturday.
Wow.
You have to have an absolute minimum of 5 to field a legal team. They had 1 extra kid who was every 2 minutes, somebody come on the bench, somebody come off. And that team didn't quit. They got crushed 8-2. And the boy, I was proud of him. He had an assist. But they didn't quit till like the last 4 minutes of the game when they were like, we're done. We're done.
Hey, you can only go. The bodies can only do so much, and hey,
I mean, especially for
that's
a
long time. Yeah.
For 48 minutes of hockey for 6 to 8 year old kids at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and
impressive.
They tried really hard. All the parents, we went to the gates of the rink after and clapped when they came off the ice for them because that's at that age just to gut it out like that that's good, and I was super proud of him.
Agreed. I agree. That's impressive. Zolt knows. It's like
we've done that before in rec leagues where you just got a 1-man bench and you just roll the player, just keep going through, and you're like, oh my god, is it my turn? It's like, oh my, I got 2 more guys before it's me.
I mean,
just brutal.
I mean, at least the boy plays a real sport, unlike George's kid who plays like bowling.
Damn.
Wow. Really? Oh, I'm sorry. The football and the baseball and the bowling and the basketball. Yeah, he's got a lot more.
I mean, what'd you do? Put a Miller Lite in his hand the moment he came out of the womb and gave him a 10-pounder and said, "Here, go to the lane, son."
Nope, and I didn't even get him started on it, so it wasn't even me.
It's cool that he's into bowling. I just feel like busting your balls. That's really all it is.
I thought you were trying to get kicked out at the end of the show.
No.
No. Yesterday he got invited to his buddy's birthday party, which was at the bowling alley. No practice. Walks in, 235 clean game, first game right out the gate.
Jesus.
That's just showing off.
Oh, and the funny thing was is his buddy's grandpa, his whole buddy's family bowls, and they're just they had never like seen Bryce in person bowl. They just had heard everything. They're watching this happen, and his grandpa even came up to me. He says, "I didn't know it was that good." I said, "Yeah, this is what Saturday morning looks like." I said, "Yeah, he's not too shabby. He's definitely not too shabby.
One
It's
more
better than what the heck I do."
for all the beer drinkers. Go get you some of that.
Hang on. Let me. There you go. Now it's easier for Adam to see.
Leinenkugel's toasted Bach. It is delicious.
It says Bach. Got it.
Leinenkugel's toasted Bach. It is delicious. Did you think it said something else that started with the ended in OCK?
I don't know. It was kind of far away. I couldn't really see.
Fair
I
enough.
was trying to.
And that's why I gave him the big picture.
Fair enough.
Roll the credits, George.
We're out.
Roll them.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. We will catch you on the flip side next week. Barking Idiots tomorrow night with Adam and Clint. We'll see you all later.
Did I hear something?